Hi, this is Professor CC19, and today we are playing level 793 on a quest to the end of Candy Crush Saga, where we have 25 moves to collect 1 hazelnut and 1 cherry. Now, I've played this level through several times already, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how many times till the end of the video, but it's enough times to realize that the combination of blockers on this board makes it quite difficult. And it's also enough times to realize that if you do not have a lucky board, you are not going to go very far on this level. And this board, I can see already, is pretty lucky. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We have some licorice locks blocking the candy flow on the top half of the board. I have a barrier along the 4 rightmost and 4 leftmost columns. I have a couple down below. And what I mean by blocking the candy flow is, until we clear out the 3 rightmost and 3 leftmost, we will not get any candy populating the bottom quadrants, because we have a portal system going through this gap in the board. Now, fortunately, the portals occupy most of the board width, so our ingredients can just drop down through this gap. There's not a stuck zone there. However, if we get our ingredients positioned here or here, right, where you see that little dot, that would be a stuck zone, because there are no portals in this column and this column. So if our ingredients spawn in this column or this column, we have to get them to slide to the center and then slide back out again if we want to get them collected. My best advice to you is, if your ingredient shows up in this column, or especially in this column right here, hit the settings button, exit out through the red door. As long as you haven't taken a turn, it will not cost you any lives. You can exit and re-enter until you have your ingredient in the position where you want it to be. You can also do that in search of a lucky board, but I'm definitely not going to exit out from this one, because right away I see I have an opportunity to take out this ticking time bomb and create a color bomb at the same moment. Plus, it clears out a lot of this licorice. That is a phenomenal first turn. That ticking time bomb in the very center at the start is usually the most difficult to deal with. And in the meantime, I also have almost a symmetrical board. I can create a stripe over here, a stripe over here. I could take out these 2 blue, and in about one more turn, I think, let's see here, I think I can take out these 2 green as well. All right, so all my licorice on the top section of the board is gone. My ticking time bomb in the center is gone. I have a new one now that's set at 5. I don't want to let it go too low, but I do have a color bomb as insurance. So now that the licorice is gone, this is a lot easier for me. I can start my ingredient down the board, and I'm not going to wait around anymore. I'm just going to take out all orange, get rid of our ticking time bomb. And let's see here. Our ingredient's getting close. I can make a vertical stripe with the green. Now, if I can send that off right where it is, it'll bring my ingredient down instantly. Or, wait, what just happened? I think I took out the column next to it and it just slid over. Okay, that doesn't usually happen, but I guess enough chaos and it will. So we collected 1 ingredient, and our next one spawns. It spawned all the way over here. If we hadn't collected our ingredient, next one would have spawned at move 10. On that turn, I would make moves trying to get them to spawn close to where my other ingredient was, but couldn't really control that here. This is set at 9. It just came down. I'm not too worried about it. This board has treated me much better than pretty much every other board I've dealt with today. So I'm going to start bringing this guy down, bring the blue into alignment, good cascade there. Activate that vertical stripe, takes out the ticking time bomb. All right, so I have 10 moves left. This is set at 9. I'm not really worried about it much anymore, because only 10 moves. And what I am a little concerned about is I don't have very much red or green in this area. This is a very lucky board. However, I could ruin a lucky board by making bad choices, and I could still fail. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and influence this section of the board, try and get more red nearby. Looks like it worked. All right, so I have 1 candy left in the way, and it is green. It does not look like I will be, it does not look likely that I'm going to be able to match it from the side. I think my best bet is trying to get this green into alignment. And the way I do that is by taking out this orange. All right, I don't really want to overthink this, because I have a lot of things that could possibly work out. By the way, if you're stuck on this level and you're this close, I would definitely recommend just using a lollipop hammer and moving on to the next level. I'm not going to use that now, although if I get down to the very last move, I might. All right, I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to make this with the orange, causing things to slide through for me. I can make a wrapped candy. That looks pretty nice. It's kind of stuck here, though. All right, so this is set at 3. I only have 4 moves left. Let's see. All right, so it's getting close. I've done the best I could. I made the moves that I thought were the best. And even with the luck that I did have, I don't think this is really going to work for me. So, I'm going to wait one more turn. And let's see, what could I possibly do to get this guy down? I can't really switch it with a red. Come to think of it, I can't really make any other moves down here except for this with the green. So that is what I'm going to do. See if anything spectacular happens. The answer is no. So instead of losing and going back and waiting for another lucky board, I'm going to use the tools in my toolbox to move on. I'm going to use a lollipop hammer. I could also use a switch hand, just taking out this candy. And that is how I beat level 793. So with the use of one booster and a lot of patience, because I will tell you, this was my 15th playthrough. So you understand now why I did not want to go back and play this again. I've done it 14 times before. I was nowhere near this close. I do not remember this level being so difficult, but I do think the first time round when I beat it, I still had the golden spaceship boosters. So now, since they changed that, you can't bring in the golden spaceship on a level that you've already completed. So that just made this a lot more difficult. So my best advice to you is exit and re-enter as long as you haven't made a turn, haven't made a match, and you will not lose any lives. Re-enter, try and get a good setup with your ingredient placement, and the luck of the board, try and get a few options. A few options with what you can do. It takes a while, I think, to get a lucky board, but once you do have a lucky board, don't ruin it. Make the best decisions you possibly can. Look for the most impactful turns. Maybe use boosters if it comes to that. Coconut wheels as entry boosters would actually work really nicely on this level. And always keep an eye on those ticking time bombs. They have killed me, I think, probably half the time on this level, so they're definitely not ticking time bombs to play around with. 9 is a fairly low number, and especially that first one. That first one is definitely the most difficult. So if you found this video helpful to you, please subscribe. If you're stuck on any particular level of the game, please leave a comment below. I will try and help you. And as always, thanks so much for watching.